class, and welcome to lesson 6.7, equivalent expressions. So equivalent means equal. We see that part in the front, equivalent, equal. And expressions are what we've been writing. Expressions mean they don't necessarily have an equal sign. They don't necessarily have an equal sign in them. And we're going to see. I want you guys to copy this down. Like terms. There are things called like terms. Terms are called like terms if they have the exact same variable. Numbers are like since they have no variable. So that's what makes numbers like. So like terms, they're basically alike. That's why they're called like terms. They're basically alike. So dealing with like terms, we can combine like terms. We can combine them. So who would like to raise their hand and tell me what's 2 plus 3? Who would like to raise their hand and tell me what's 2 plus 3? Let me see, Leor, what is it?
5.
It is 5. So then I want you to take a guess. Clara, what would 2x plus 3x be? Take a guess.
Okay, so...
We're passing it to Jaden just because his arm might fall off otherwise. Jaden, what is it?
5x.
5x. Yes, that is correct. I also see Alex is super stoked about that. I also see that. Samantha, what is 5y minus y?
I was raising my hand for the other.
Let's see, Lennox, what is it?
5.
No, he's making the silly mistake everyone makes. Alex, do you know what it is?
I was going to say 5 because it says minus 1.
Ooh, but we're still making that silly mistake that everybody's doing. We're still making that silly mistake. Who has an idea? Look at the ones above it. 2x plus 3x gives me 5x. So what is 5y minus y? What is 5y minus y? Nathan, what do you think?
Y.
He says it's y. No, not y, not just y. Let's see, Jack, what do you think the whole answer is?
Wouldn't it be 5?
It is not 5. Everyone's making that silly mistake. Look above. Look above. Are you ready for everyone to go? Oh, Emil, what is it, Emil? Emil, tell me what is it?
4.
It's
4y.
4y, yes. And Jade also got it in the chat. So, the silly mistake you guys were making is, I can't just take that y minus that y. This is 5y. Let's think about it like this. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 y's, right? I have 5 y's. And then I'm going to take away one of them. 1 y is gone. How many y's do I have left? I have 4 y's left.
4 y's.
Exactly. If I had 4 apples and I took away 1 apple, then I don't just have 3. I have 3 apples left. Not just the number. I have 3 apples left. So I want you guys to write down these examples so that you guys can see them. What we did is this is essentially 5y minus 1y. I'm just doing 5 taking away 1. My variable stays the same. Like I said, the mistake that you guys made is you basically were just doing, 5y minus y, that y minus y, I'm just left with 5. You can't do that. Just like this one right here, 2x plus 3x does not equal 5xx. Does not equal 5xx. Think about what the variable is saying. This is 2 apples plus 3 apples equals 5 apples. This is 5 oranges minus 1 orange is 4 oranges. So we see that exactly. I want you guys to help me find the matches. Okay, Lennox, what's the match to 2x?
2 heart.
So he says the match is 2 heart. Let's see. Leor, what is the match to 6?
8.
Says 8. Let's see. Edson, what is the match to 3y squared?
3xy.
Says 3xy. David, what is the match to 4xy?
4y square or whatever.
4y squared. Let's see. Alex, what is the match to 8 heart?
6x.
6x.
Yeah.
Are you sure? Are we sure about this? I can tell you here. We are not right about this. There's only one of these that is correct. There's only one. So let's go back and let's fix some of these. And I know some of you guys got thrown off because you thought, oh, the other ones were already taken. Samantha, what is the match to 2x?
2x, the match is 6x.
6x. I tricked you by putting a 2 here. We are matching the variables. The numbers in front don't matter, so we are matching the variables. Just then, as Lior had said, 6 matches with 8. She did not fall for my trickery. She did not fall for it. So let's see, I want to know, Edson, what is the actual match to 3y squared?
4y squared.
4y squared. Let's see, Alex, what is the actual match to 8 heart?
2 heart.
2 heart. And then, David, what's the actual match to 4xy?
3xy.
3xy.
So I couldn't say that one either way.
I know that you guys got thrown off because you're like, the one that I wanted was already taken. Be brave and choose the right one. But yeah, no, I know. We just said that. These are the actual matches. The numbers in front don't matter. I put those numbers there to trick us all. I put those numbers there to trick us all. The numbers don't matter in the front. Just like how we saw that 2x and 3x match, it doesn't matter what the number in front is. All that matters is the variable. And if we notice, just like what we said, is that 6 and 8, we can combine those. 6 plus 8 is 14. Neither of them have a variable, so we're able to combine both of them. I want you to simplify these. What you have to do is identify which of them we can combine and then simplify it. You are going to get an answer with variables in it. You're going to get an answer with variables in it. You're not going to get an answer something like 14. You're going to get an answer like something x and y or something like that. So try these. Everybody's making the same guess for the first one, but it's not correct. Let's look at this. We are adding. So I'm going to think about it like this. I have one apple, I have another apple, and I have an orange. Can I combine apples and oranges as the same fruit? No, I can't. But I can combine those two. I can combine my 2 apples. X plus X gives me 2X. And then I can't do anything, so I leave it as plus Y. And that's it. That's my answer. All I've done is simplified it. I've made it way easier. It's 2x plus y. It is not 2xy. It is not 3xy. We cannot make it xy unless it has both an xy variable together. This one, all the variables are separate. So based on that, I want you guys to write the answer for number 2 in the chat. Alina, what did you get as your answer?
I got 36y plus x.
36y plus x. She is correct. I can combine that and that. I can combine my y's together. And then there's nothing I can combine my x with. So my x just stays as a normal x. 22 plus 14 is 36. And that y stays the same. Let's try this one then. This first one. Who can raise their hand and tell me which terms I can combine? What can I combine with 3x? What can I combine with 3x? Jasmine, what can I combine with 3x?
2x.
2x, perfect. Let's see. What can I combine with 9y? This might be a trick question. David, what can I combine with 9y?
Nothing.
Nothing. I can't combine anything with it. So far we've gotten 2 people who wrote it correctly in the chat. Super proud, you guys. Isabella, what did you get for the first one?
I got 5x plus 9y.
Perfect. 5x plus 9y. That's our answer. Notice that you guys are used to getting a number for the answer, but we don't always get a number for the answer right in the beginning. That's not how it happens. This is just simplifying. The next one is distributive property. A lot of you guys have already forgotten distributive property, even though we just saw it yesterday in this lesson. We just saw it yesterday. Who remembers how distributive property works? Who remembers how distributive? Clara?
Well, so I think you have to multiply the number by the. I don't know how to say
Yep.
it. Multiply the number by each number in the parentheses.
Yes, that number on the outside, it's touching the parentheses, which means multiply, and we multiply it times everything in the parentheses. So it's going to be 7 times 3x plus 7 times y. That's the distributive property. Angeline, walk me through this problem. How do I solve it?
So first I multiplied 7 times 3x and I got 21x.
So she multiplied 7 times 3x and got 21x. Excellent. Then
I multiplied 7 times y and I got 7y.
she multiplied 7 times y and got 7y. Guess what? That's our answer. That's it. That's the whole thing. A lot of you guys are doing this. You'll get 21x plus y. You are forgetting you must multiply both of the inside numbers. Both of the inside numbers. Remember how I told you that math is fair? Your parents may not be, but math is fair. If you have friends, here are your friends inside this little parentheses, and you're giving them some candy, you want to make it fair. You want to give them both. You want to distribute them the same amount of candy. How unfair would it be if you just gave one friend some candy right in front of the other one, and you just look at your other friend and you're like, haha, you don't get any candy, haha. No, it's mean. It's exactly like what Lennox just wrote. It's exactly like what you do to the top, you do to the bottom, what you do to one side, you do to the other. You have to multiply it times everything in the parenthesis. Now, I want us to factor these. What that means is I want us to find what they both have in common. So who can tell me the biggest number? Let's just start with number. The biggest number, 12 and 4, can be divided by. What's the biggest number 12 and 4 can be divided by? Anna Jolene, what is it? 4. It is 4. They're both divisible by 4, so I can take a 4 out of there. 12 divided by 4 is 3. And then we've got 4 divided by 4 is 1. Is there anything else that both of these numbers have? Is there anything else that both of these terms have in common? What else do both of these terms have? Lennox, what else do both of these terms have when you look at them?
They both have x.
Perfect. They both have an x. I can also pull out that x. And this is my answer now. My whole answer is 4x, and in parentheses, times 3 minus 1. Let's think about this together. We can check our work 3 different ways. First, what is 12x minus 4x? Just by combining like terms, who can tell me what 12x minus 4x is? 12x minus 4x? Jack, what is it?
8x.
Perfect, we get 8x. Let's do this one in PEMDAS style. 3 minus 1 is 2. So what I get here is 4x times 2. Hey, 4x times 2 is 8x. So that again confirms they're the same. And then if I was to just do distribution method, 4x times 3 gives me 12x. 4x times, technically negative 1 because I'm doing subtraction, is negative 4x. Hey, we're back where we started. Let's look at the second one. What can both of them be divided by? What do they both have in common? Can 2 and 3 be divided by the same number? Yeah, I see thumbs down. 2 and 3 cannot be divided by the same number. But do they have anything in common? Do these two terms have anything in common? David, what do they have in common?
Like in multiplication, if it's the y.
The y. They both have the y in common. So I can pull out that y. If I take that y from 2, I get 2 plus 3. Let's check our work. As we know from before, 2y plus 3y, just like what our warm-up was, we get 5y. Let's do PEMDAS style. 2 plus 3 is 5. Y, and in parentheses 5, that's y times 5, is 5y. Hey, same thing here. So factoring is essentially, all we're doing, it's just like when we factored doing distribution method from the lesson yesterday. We're just seeing what they both have in common. And they can both have a variable in common, and we can pull that variable out. Go to guided practice, page 498. Page 498. So David, for number 2, what can I combine?
2x and 7x.
Perfect. I can combine 2x and 7x. Can I combine anything else?
No.
Nope. So what do I get as my answer?
9x.
9x?
Then plus 5y.
Excellent.
Help solving the problem because we don't have time.
Yeah, that's it. That's the whole thing. That is the solve. That's the problem. Jade, what did you get as the answer for number 5? Oh, she's talking, but I can't hear her mic. She typed it in there. She got 5x plus 3, and she put in parentheses times 9. She's correct. Michaela bought 5 skirts at X dollars each. That's right there. Then 3 of the skirts came with a matching top for $9. So 3 of the skirts had $9 more. Write and simplify an expression, and if I were to simplify it, I would get 5x plus 27. Then, once I find out how much each skirt cost, that's my answer. Then I would find the whole thing when they tell me what x equals. Oslin, what did you get for number 3?
I got 8x times 20.
8x what?
Times 25.
Ooh, 8x.
No, 8x plus.
Perfect. 8x plus 20y. She is completely correct. 4 times 2x is 8x. 4 times 5y is 20y. And we've got that plus sign. Yes! Look at that. Perfect job. So we see this one. Jalen, what's the answer for number 1?
11x.
He says 11x. Ooh, we're close. Remember, it's touching that parentheses, which means multiply. So I'm multiplying 5 times what's in it. Jalen, what's 5 times 6x?
30x.
Perfect. 30x. Excellent. It means multiply. If it was plus, we would see a plus sign, and we can only add if it was 5x and if it was 6x. Antonio, let's factor these together, Antonio. Can 35 and 28 be divided by the same number? Can 35 and 28 be divided by the same number? They can. Perfect. They are both divisible by 7. Do they also have something else in common? Do both of those have something else in common or no? One is 35x and one is 28y.
No?
No, they don't. So we can only take away the 7. 35x divided by 7 gives me 5x. 28y divided by 7 gives me 4y. Notice I can't pull out a variable because they don't share the same variable. They don't share the same variable. Jonathan, let's work on this last one. The gift bag from Claire Cosmetics includes 5 bottles of nail polish and 2 tubes of lip gloss. Use P to represent the cost of each bottle of nail polish and G to represent the cost of each tube of lip gloss. Write and solve an expression that represents the total cost of 8 gift bags. So first, let's do 1 gift bag. How would I write 1 gift bag, Jonathan?
P plus 2G.
Perfect. 1 gift bag is 5P plus 2G. So how many would 8 gift bags be? What could I do? I could multiply it by?
By 8.
Perfect. Times 8. Alina, Can you give me the most simplified version? I don't want to have that parentheses. I just want to get it all simplified. Can you distribute that for me and multiply it?
On my screen, that's 30p
Oops, 40, as I'm writing it wrong. Alina, 40p.
plus 16g.
Excellent. And then when we find out what the cost is for P and find out the cost for G, we'd be able to find out the cost for all the gift bags. Until they tell us what the cost is, we don't know. Notice all of these are left as expressions. Notice none of these have a number answer. None of them got down to 7 or 13 or anything like that. We still have variables because they haven't told us what they stand for yet. Your homework is page 499, numbers 1 through 8, and also number 12.